Hello everyone, welcome to Premier League Game Week 7 prediction. Now, Game Week 6 was wonderful. Yes, I know, I'm looking fly. Yes. You don't have to say that. Now, if today is the first time you're stumbling on this channel, make sure to subscribe and tell me in the comments that I've subscribed. Now, I want to say a very big thank you to the 131 persons that have subscribed already. Now, let's jump right into the video. The first game for the Game Week 7 is Bournemouth versus Fulham. So this is actually going to be a very, very interesting game. And I'm going to give you my picks right away. Now, my picks for this game is straightforward. I think Bournemouth is going to win, although Fulham, they are a strong side. You know, you really cannot knock them off, but they are playing away. And I think Bournemouth is strong defensively. So, home game, it's going to be a win for Bournemouth. They have like a 50% chance of winning that game. Now, we have the next game, Leeds versus Tottenham. Leeds versus Tottenham. Coming up from the back of the Champions League, Tottenham drawing to Bodo Glimt. You know, Tottenham, they are a side that, you know, they will beat Man City today, lose to whatsoever tomorrow. You know, the inconsistency is still there with the Tottenham team and they are playing away. But it's going to be a very difficult game to call. But I feel Tottenham would just edge this one, you know, just edge it with a win. Now, the next game is Arsenal versus West Ham. Arsenal, a very, very strong side. I think one of the best side in the Premier League right now. I think they are the favorites to win the Premier League because Liverpool is not, you know, they are not very consistent as we want them to be. So Arsenal definitely is a strong contender for the Premier League this season. And they are playing West Ham, who is the opposite of Arsenal. They are very poor this season. They've not started very well. They just sacked their coach, you know. I feel Arsenal is going to win this game clear, clean, and pure. So it's a home win for Arsenal. You might want to say 3 goes to nothing or like 3-1, but I think it's a home win for Arsenal. Now, the next game is, let me check the next game real quick. The next game is Manchester United versus Sunderland. You would want to say Manchester United is going to win this game. Like, naturally, what we should be doing here is Manchester United versus Sunderland is a Manchester United win and everybody goes to bed. But not with this Manchester United side, not with this Manchester United coach, Ruben Amorim, not with this Manchester United captain, Bruno Fernandes, right? But then I'm going to give Manchester United the win. I feel coming up from the back of the loss against Brentford in the Premier League, and right now they are not in the Champions League, they're not in the Europa, they're not in the Conference League, so they should be doing well in the league, right? So I don't know. I'm going to pick Manchester United to win this game, right? I think it's going to be a straightforward win for them. I think they have a 65% chance of winning this game. Now, the big game of the weekend is going to be Chelsea versus Liverpool. Now, this game is going to be a crazy game. One thing I can tell you for sure is that there will be a red card in this game. Yes. I don't know because Chelsea have not been able to complete a match without having a red card. It's crazy. It's just so crazy. So basically, this game is going to be very tough to predict because Liverpool, they are not in the best of form, losing to Crystal Palace in the Premier League and also losing to Galatasaray in the Champions League. They would want to come back against Chelsea, but I think this game is going to be a 50-50 game. I see a draw for this game, Chelsea versus Liverpool, because Chelsea, on the other hand, are still not consistent. So what do you have me say? Now, I think that game is going to be a draw. Then we have the next game for, I think this Sunday, Aston Villa versus Burnley. Now, Aston Villa, they're trying to get back into their tie. They're trying to get back into the form, you know. I think they're playing in the Europa as well. Excuse me. So this game, I think, is going to be a straightforward win for Aston Villa. You know, Burnley still not very, very, very strong in the Premier League, coming back into the Premier League. So I think Aston Villa would win. Now get to the next one, Everton versus Crystal Palace. Now, Everton versus Crystal Palace is going to be a very tight game. You need to understand that Crystal Palace is the only team in the league this season that has not been beaten, right? They defeated Liverpool. Everybody thought Liverpool would defeat them, but no, they defeated Liverpool. They drew to Chelsea, first game of the season. So basically, Everton, they've been doing so well, you know, but they are still not consistent as we should want them to be. So I think this game is going to be a very crazy game. You would want because Crystal Palace, obviously, they're playing away. You would want to think that sorry, I'm touching my glasses so much. You would want to think that Crystal Palace should win this game, but it's very dodgy. And I think this game is also a 50-50 game. We really cannot predict as much, but I'm going to give you my prediction. I think this game is going to end up a draw. It's either going to be a high-scoring draw or a low-scoring draw. When I mean high-scoring draw, I mean like a 2-2 draw or 0-0 draw. That's what I feel about this game. And the next game is going to be Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest and Postacoglu. Now, Newcastle, coming up for the back of the Champions League as well. They are in the Champions League, so they have a lot to do, right? What's my pick for this game? Newcastle are playing at home. They are a very tough side. You see what they did to Arsenal over the weekend, although they lost that game, but I feel they played very, very well. Nottingham Forest just trying to get back into their stride, having a new coach in the team, not so stable yet, but I feel Newcastle would win this game. I feel Newcastle is going to win this one by 2-1. And basically, we have the next game, Wolves versus Brighton. Now, Brighton is on fire. Going down 1 goal against Chelsea, you would think that they will lose the game, yeah? But obviously, Chelsea is a trash team. Chelsea fans, forgive me. I beg your mercy. Have mercy on me. But then, there's a lot you guys need to fix in that club, and I will tell you for real. But then, Brighton facing Wolves away from home. Sometimes you would think that Brighton should win this game, but personally for me, I think yes, Brighton would win this. I know you were expecting me to say something else, but I don't think I have something else to say there. I think Brighton will win this one, like 3-1. I think they are very strong this season. They beat Manchester City now. They are beating Chelsea. Woo, top side. And funny enough, people they call Brighton Chelsea FC feeders. So it's crazy to see them playing. Yeah. Now we have the next game, Brentford versus Manchester City. Brentford versus Manchester City. Now Brentford beating Manchester United. Now they are facing Manchester City. You would want to think, right, that they will beat Manchester City as well. Or who is the biggest club in Manchester? Let me know in the comment section. A lot of you will say Manchester United, but a lot of you will say Manchester City. So if you're watching this video now, who is the best club or which club is the best club in Manchester? Is it Manchester United or Manchester City? Now, leaving the arguments to be in the comment section, this game between Brentford and Manchester City is going to be a game to watch. Like, I'll literally sit down to watch this game. And with the kind of form Haaland is in, right, you cannot say Manchester City is not going to win this game. Although Manchester City, they are not really stable yet, most especially in the defense. But Haaland is definitely going to score goals. That's the difference. That's the craziest thing about this Manchester City side. That's why we would want to give them the points. That's why we would want to give them the game. And trust me, I believe Manchester City is going to pick up the points in this game. They're going to pick up 3 points, and the league is going to be on fire, right? This weekend is going to be a very great weekend. Go through this video again, watch it, take the peaks, look at my predictions. Let me also know your predictions in the comment section. You can come and tell me, Sammy, I disagree with what you said in the Chelsea-Liverpool game. I feel Liverpool is going to win. I feel Chelsea is going to win. No, just tell me anything, right? Just let me know what you think about the Manchester United game, about the Arsenal game. Do you think Arsenal is going to drop points, or they would? Because if they win, I think they are going top of the table because they are just 2 points away from Liverpool. So, guys, I don't want to waste your time no more. Let me know what you think, and make sure to subscribe. If this is the first time you're seeing the video, punch that subscribe button. And if you do that, let me know in the comments. Right, I'm going to read it. And I just want to say I love the 131 person that have subscribed already. And I know you know already, yeah, because we have a couple of videos on the channel. We are coming with our fan reaction after each game. So if you're a Chelsea fan, Arsenal fan, Manchester United fan, Manchester City fan, Liverpool fan, come back for our fan reaction. Thank you. Peace.